Today, I'm going to share a tip. It's going to seem a little bit silly, but just bear with me. The tip is read the entire error message. And I'm going to demonstrate why this is true. And to be honest, this is something I have to keep reminding myself. As developers, we like to pattern match. We like to scan. We like to get to the solution as quickly as possible. But sometimes it causes us to jump to the wrong conclusion and actually struggle a bit with an error when the answer is right in the error message. So let's look at this particular error together. Here I'm using an article factory. I'm just trying to create one model, and I get this big database error. And when I start reading this, I can see it's a query exception, and then I read column not found. Okay, I know the problem. My factory must have something defined as a typo, like a column name that doesn't exist. Let's go look at the factory and we'll fix it. We don't need to read the rest of this error message. So here's my factory. Do you see the problem? Now you might be thinking, well, maybe I don't know what your table's like. Maybe there's an error there. I will promise you, all of those strings in green, all of those are legitimate column names. So look at this. Do you find the error? Maybe you do. Pause it if you don't see it. Really study this. Try to figure it out. Okay, I'm going to jump ahead, and we're just going to apply some code formatting, and we're going to immediately see where the error is. Boom. So right there, lines 24 and 25, so that looks weird now. So we were kind of scanning, pattern matching before, and we were missing, if I go back, line 24, it's categories, comma, value, which means those are two different elements in the array, right? That's the problem. So this is the issue. If I fix that, if I replace that comma with an arrow, problem solved, that factory error goes away. But let's go back to the original point. If I go to the error, and if I keep reading the error, let's see what additional information we could have gotten. So not only does it say column not found, then it says unknown column 0. Well, that's weird. I don't have a column named 0. But then if I keep reading, we have the list of fields, title, content, etc. But then we get to slug. After slug, it says 0, then it says 1, then it says meta title. So now by reading that, the whole thing, I can see I don't just have a column called 0, I have a 0 and a 1, and I know exactly what position they're in. So armed with that knowledge, if I go back to this original factory I showed you without formatting applied, I would know the error is between slug and meta title, right? Which means the error has to be in this line, which would lead me to the problem much quicker. So that demonstrates why reading the error message is important. And I get it. Like, this is a long error message. There's a lot of like factory randomized data from Faker. It's hard to see what's going on here, but if you just take a little bit more time, you'll get to the answer. So maybe you're wondering, like, why is 0 and 1 in there? This is a little bit of an aside, but in PHP, if you don't specify the key names, it provides numeric, like sequential, starting at 0 indexes. So because categories and Faker words are values without keys, it assigns 0 and 1. And then Laravel tried to look for columns 0 and 1 when generating it. So anyways, that's a little bit of trivia why that was the specific error. But the point remains, please read the whole error message, especially if you're stuck. You know, if you try to jump to the conclusion and you get it, great. But if you jump to the conclusion, you don't get the answer, go back and read the whole error message.